Man, if you guys need to buy some cheap and reliable coins, man, check out my sponsor, AEAOH.com, for the best coins on the market, man. Use code BREEZE for 3% off and build that guy schedule. Everybody, man, we're back here with another video for you guys today. Today we have the most overpowered cars at each position. This is like my first time doing it in Madden 23, and I thought, why not? So I'm going to get straight to the point because this video could be maybe about 15 minutes. I don't know. We're going to see. Before we continue, man, please like the video. It takes a second to do. We have like 500 views. We only have like 10 likes, so please stop right now. Like the video. If you guys do any bets, would be prize picks or underdog, link will be in the description box down below to get you guys set up. It will match up your first deposit. But let's get started now. Left tackle, I would go with Joe Thomas. I would go with what's his name, Jonathan Ogden, but I think you get a little bit more value when it comes to your left tackle position. Gets 1 AP edge protector and 0 AP fool me once. Even though fool me once isn't really a good ability to use, it is essentially free to use, so why not use it? And plus, I mean, honestly, truly, in my opinion, you can use any tackle as long as they have edge protector for cheap, and they should be fine against any pass rush because that's going to improve their pass blocking. Left guard, I'm gonna go, this is what I would do. I think at each position it would be Alan Faneca, but I think what you probably should do, I would put Will Shields here because he gets secure protector for 1 AP. Not that many people get secure protector for 1 AP, so I would put Will Shields at left guard because he does get left guard chemistries, or somebody else I want to put on his list, I will put him at the position because he gets secure protector for 1 AP. That's the main thing. Center, you do have a couple of choices, actually 3. You guys kind of see right here. Jeff Saturday would be a nice substitute for a budget secure protector, but I think I think Jason Kelce gets it for 2, but also gets a nasty streak for 0. So if you're a heavy runner, Jason Kelce is going to be your guy. But the guy I would love to recommend would be Creed Humphreys because he gets secure protector for 1, and he also gets identifier, which is very important to use to see what your opponent is using. So you get some secure protector and identifier for a total of 1 AP. Everybody else, you'll be spending at least maybe a total of 3 to 4 AP. Just really truly depends. Right guard, I would truly go with Larry Allen. Calipa's fine, but that secure protector being 2, I'm not going to pay that much. I think Larry Allen is probably the best one to have at your right tackle. I mean, right guard, I'm sorry. Right tackle, I will go with either Ryan Ramczyk or Jackie Slater. I really have yet to use Jackie Slater, but edge protector for 1 makes him truly the best right now. Because like I said, I think I might pick up Ryan Ramczyk because I think he is tied for the highest right tackle in the game. Jackie Slater gets it for 2, which is kind of lame, but we was anticipating him at least getting it for 1. But Ryan Ramczyk will be your best right tackle to use. If not, you can put Jonathan Ogden here as a backup, and just use him as a run either or. It doesn't technically matter. Tight ends, I'm gonna give you guys 2 recommendations if you guys would love to. The best, I think, overpowered tight end. It's kind of tough because every tight end, we got so many tight ends that's come out in the last month. I will go with Taysom Hill number 1 because their short end for 0 AP saves you some AP. And number 2, it's kind of tough. It's like a 3-way tie, so I'll give you 3. I've been using TJ Hockenson lately, which I have no complaints with him. I would honestly truly recommend Donald Parham, or I would honestly go with Tony G. I would go with Hockenson. I like the card, but I think you guys, depending on what your style is Hockenson or Tony G. Taysom Hill 1 AP, Donald just plays glitchy. I mean, you can switch 1A, 1B. Tony G gets tight end apprentice for 0 AP, so if that's your style, you would go with Tony G. If not, I would go with TJ because you can get short in and deep out in this for 1 AP. Not many tight ends are going to give you that ability, so that's why I've been using TJ. Receiver wise, it's not that hard. I think CD Lamb is going to be your slot or number 1 receiver. Short end for 0 AP is the biggest thing. Cart cooks like crazy. Number 2 would be Big Herm, a 6'4" demon. He can take the top off the defense and maul somebody. Number 3 is, I would go with Calvin. I have to go with Calvin. I can't do my boy wrong. Calvin just plays glitchy. And I guess I got some honor recommendations if you need it to get some. I would go with Marvin Harrison, or I would go with, let's see, who'll be OP? Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams will probably be number, I will put Mike Williams number 4. I will put him at this spot. I will put Mike Williams at this spot. If you wanted to have him take Calvin Johnson's spot, you can. But deep out for 0 and deep in for 1 is glitchy. Herman Moore has some nice abilities as well. And CeeDee Lamb has been playing good. One of the base fastest receivers in the game. So why not? Running backs, you got some. We get a running back every week, as you guys know. I like DeMarco. I think DeMarco is one of the best running backs in the game. It's kind of tough. Number 2 recommendations might be Marshawn Lynch because he gets his bruiser for 0. Number 3 is between Earl and Kenneth Walker. Kenneth is good, but I think I'll put Earl Campbell in there for number 3. Even though Kenneth is the base fastest running back in the game. But I like Earl Campbell. Goal line back. I think they both get goal line back for 0 AP. But if you're on next gen, you want to have that weight. And then that's what you really want on next gen. But current gen, I would go with Kenneth Walker for honestly right there in that pin because Kenneth plays really good. Quarterback wise, John Elway is really no debate. Best release, best abilities. Number 2 is where it gets tricky for me because I think you have 3 options. You have Tom Brady, Randall Cunningham, and Patrick Mahomes. The reason why I'm going to put Brady here is because of the AP saver he is. You get 1 AP set feet lead, which not many quarterbacks get that for 1. You get 0 AP gunslinger, so that gives you other AP to play around with to play with your offense. So that's why I will kind of put Brady number 2 if you want to put a number 1. But I do think Randall Cunningham is overall the better quarterback, has the speed, has a solid release, and you can get gunslinger for 0, pass lead for 2, and something else fearless for 2. So you're gonna be spending 4 AP compared to 1. I do think Cunningham may be the second best quarterback in the game. You can go with Rodgers if you want, but I think because of the AP saves, I would go with Tom Brady. Fullbacks is not really much to say. I think Okoye and probably William Perry will be your backup fullback for your most overpowered cards here in Madden 23 Ultimate Team. And this is going to cost you $12.8 million just to build the team. But keep in mind, most of you guys are legends. Some of them, maybe, yeah, I think almost everybody besides Ramczyk, Taysom Hill, Brady, Kenneth Walker, probably CeeDee Lamb. So most is like you're building a Legends team essentially. Defense is where I say it gets a little, because the way defense is in this game, you guys know how horrible it is at times. But free safety, from what I've seen, and I played against this card, and I had my friends talk about him, I had to watch it myself personally. This Ronnie Lott card is annoying to play because I had burned him on, like, he played corner before in real life, but when I burned him, I had maybe about 5-10 yards. He came out of nowhere and caught me. So he's really, really good at free safety. I'm not picking him up just yet. I'm going to wait for the price to go down. But Ryan Lott is really good at free safety. Recommendations, I would honestly say Sean Taylor plays really, really good. You guys want to cheapen him as strong, but I think Sean Taylor would be a wonderful substitution. Sticking with the strong safeties, it's plenty of safeties now because at first we couldn't keep a strong safety in this game. But if you want to have somebody up top, which I cheat, this is just my opinion, but if you're going natural, because I put Calvin at safety. But if you just want to go natural positions, I would go with this Bo. I would put Bo Jackson here. I'll probably put Bo. Number 2, Jenkins. I haven't played with him yet. Troy P just too small. Ted Hendricks, he needs to be a user back up there. If you want to put Ted up there, you can. John Lynch is, he got dunked on. He's okay. He's not bad, but for backup, I would go with Lynch. I would truly go with Lynch. Nothing wrong with having Ted up top. That's who I would put if you was going to run the safety positions, right outside linebacker. Now, this is where I say you make your decision because you don't have to go too crazy with this. But I will go with D Ware. He's already a monster, in my personal opinion. Second recommendations might end up being Lawrence Taylor, honestly. Middle linebacker, Ray Nitsky, 0 AP, lurker, nothing much you can say. Derek Johnson, and that's about it. Those are your top 2 linebackers. I'm not going to go much in detail because, for one, you don't need to be using middle linebackers anyway. Left outside linebacker, I like TJ. I just don't like his abilities. Truly, in my personal opinion, I think he gets edge threat for 3. I could be wrong if I can. I don't know why it says their player specific abilities, deflator, lurker, edge threat for 3. But I will put Judon here because for 1, he gets it double 1 for 1. And he gets edge threat elite for 2. So it's kind of an AP saver, and I would go with Matthew Judon in my opinion, or TJ Watt if you had to make a choice. From my view. I never liked the TJ card. They always seem to make his cards, not as great as they're supposed to be, but they kind of hold him on his abilities. Corners, I'm not going with Pretty Boy here. I will go with Carmichael as my corner 1. I will go with Sherman as my corner 2, and I will go with Cromartie 3 as my corners. Now, I truly have Calvin up top. That's my style. Like I said, honor recommendation. All these people will get their ass ate anyway. Charles Woodson would definitely be one of them, and I would go with Calvin Johnson. Everybody else is just going to fall in line at that point. I can't stand the Deion card. The Deion card sucks. But for sure, if you had to tell me, Bree, pick my corners, I would go with Carmichael to prevent the agging. I would truly put Carmichael and Calvin at safeties to say, hey, you're not going to moss me over here. I got some safety help over the top. But I would legit go with I mean, if it was me, I would take Carmichael. But that was who I would put in here. Charles Woodson is really, really good as well. I think he might. It's just a height factor with Sherman. That's why you want him. But that would be the corners I would recommend. Right in Bruce Smith, edge sweater lead for 2. He gets more sacks. Actually, him and DeMarcus Ware have been going crazy. Kerr is one of the most expensive cards in the game. I kind of don't know why he's so expensive. I see why he's expensive, but if you want to compare it to everybody else I've seen value wise, he does. If he got edge sweater lead for 2, I would have picked him up. But because he doesn't, I don't want to pick the card up. I'm pretty sure he plays really, really great. I think just right now, I'm not going to put him on my team for right now because I do have DeMarcus Ware and Bruce Smith, so I'm not going to waste it on him. D tackles, Sap, Lil Bow Wow. Now, if you had to give me a choice in D tackles, right? And I think now is more better options. I think this Chris Jones cards is just it's not worth the money in my opinion. It's between DeForest Buckner and Dexter Lawrence. Now, DeForest, I think because he's faster, 6'7", stuff like that, you probably could go with DeForest. I truly like Dexter Lawrence because I need to be able to stop the run. Give me Dexter Lawrence and Warren Sapp. I know not Warren Sapp. DeForest Buckner, is fast or stuff like that. But I need your big ass to shed and have that weight. I need you thick boys out there breaking the line and tackling the quarterback. So that would be the defense for me. So you're going to spend 12 and 12, 24 million coins on having the best team as of right now in Madden 23. Now, special teams. Punter, Ray Guy, grind it out, or let's get Randall Cunningham. Kicker, Justin Tucker. I made a 61 or 62 yarder the other day, so it's possible to make it. Kick returner, I would truly go with Cordero, mainly because of return man's being 0 AP. And also, like I said, Cordero, that's going to be the main one you're going to want to have when it comes down to having a return man. Long snapper doesn't really care about that. Specialists, you can cheat, but the main reason I'm putting here is the sub linebacker. I will go with Ted Hendricks as one of my safeties, and I will go with Peppers. You want the height? I would put them here. Truly, you can put Peppers can be fine up top, but user wise, I will go with Ted Hendricks Peppers because you have the height. I've seen some ridiculous catches Ted has made. It is crazy, him and Peppers. So, any questions? Let me know in the comment section down below, man. I love you guys, man. I'm out. Peace.